doing? So when I did my Victoria sponge, I was sent so many requests saying, DIPNA, can we have an eggless version of this? So today I'm making an eggless version. You don't have to keep this, you know, with the double cream inside and the strawberries on top. You can make this whatever cake you want. So you can make it a lemon drizzle cake, you can make it a fruit cake, it's up to you. But both the sponges, so I'm gonna make two and then put them together. So I have 2 tins here that I have greased with the grease-proof paper, just because this is an eggless mixture. So if you have tins and you know you're quite sure that they'll be fine just greasing them without the grease-proof paper, that's fine. But just to be on the safe side, I have put the grease-proof paper inside. So I'm going to be making 2 sponges and then putting them together. You can make 1 big sponge if you like and then decorate the cake, or choose not to decorate, just have it plain. It's really up to you, but this is an eggless cake recipe, which I had to try a few times to perfect it, but I can assure you it comes out really, really nice. So what I have here is some butter. I'm just going to get that into my bowl, and I've melted it. So you should have soft butter at room temperature. If you melt it, it's okay. Like I said, break all the rules, it's all right. Okay, and then sugar. So I'm not going to be using an electric whisk for this. You can, you don't have to. So I'm going to show you how to do it without the electric whisk. So what I'm doing is sugar and butter and then just mixing it together. And this should take me about 2 minutes. So let me go ahead and use my muscle and do that. Alrighty, so this is as pale and fluffy as I want it. And now I'm just going to leave that to one side. And I have some self-raising flour here. I'm going to go in with some baking powder, like this, about a teaspoon of baking powder. Just give it a gentle mix together. Okay, leave that there for a second. Now, as this is an eggless recipe, you need a substitute. So, the substitute is milk. Now, I have tried this with skimmed milk, a semi-skimmed milk, and it works perfectly. So you can use semi-skimmed if you like. And also some apple cider vinegar, which I am going to put into my milk like this. And it will start to tear the milk a bit, but that is fine. But that is our egg substitute. Told you I was giving you all the secrets today. Okay, right, just leave that there. Leave it to one side. And now what you want to do is go in with a bit of flour like this and a bit of the milk mixture like this, and then fold it in and keep stirring. So you're going to do that turn by turn. My oven is preheating on 180. Okay, so a bit more flour in there like this. And compared to a normal cake mix, this will be a little bit less thicker, so it'll be a bit more in consistency, a bit more, yeah, watery if you like. Okay, and a bit more of that mixture in there. You might find you may not need all of that, so there might be some left over, but you don't want this to be too lumpy, so you're really kind of mixing it as well as possible. If you want to whisk it, then that's also an option. Actually, at the end, I might just give it a final whisk. Okay, just folding in this flour like this. So like I said, just to be on the safe side, I would grease the 2 tins with the grease-proof paper, just in case, because this is not like the cake that I made that had the eggs in it, of course. Okay, I'm just going to go in with a bit more of that. Okay, that's enough mixture of milk and apple cider vinegar. Secret recipe, guys, please don't tell anyone. Okay, right, give this a mix together like this. Just get all the flour that is stuck to the edges of the bowl into that mixture, and just now mixing well for about 2 minutes. Right, this is perfectly mixed. There are a few lumps, but hey, that's all right, not too many. I use my muscles to get rid of most of them. Now, why do we use apple cider vinegar or vinegar and the combination of milk. First of all, you have to remember that eggs in a recipe, especially baking, help to leaven and help that rise. So the combination of vinegar and milk will do the same kind of thing. Right, this is perfectly mixed. I need my grease tins now, sandwich tins. And what I'm going to do is half and half. Now let's see if I can get this right. Right, half in there. Okay. Oopsie, that's a bit too much. It doesn't matter. Okay, no, actually should be fine. There you go, and half in here. Oh, you're right. Maybe a bit more in that one, I think now. Yeah. Right, looks like a nice creamy batter. Perfect. Right, all in there. So this is going to take about 30 to 35 minutes in the oven. So like a little bit longer than a normal Victoria sponge. Just keep an eye on it. I am going to be filling the middle of this cake. I'm not sure whether I should be doing like a butter icing filling or like a fresh cream one again. I don't know, I'll decide. Okay, right. You could also make these sponges and then fill the cake the next day. They'll stay quite well. Okay, perfect, right. These are now ready for my preheated oven on 180 for about 30 to 35 minutes. I'll then check them by poking a skewer into the middle. If it comes out clean, that means my cakes are perfect and ready. It should be nice and golden from the top. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I can't wait to show you. Eggless cakes done. The perfect sponge, I can assure you. Really moist and delicious. Right, I'm going to leave those there and, well, leave them for about 15 minutes and then we'll get them on to a wire rack. I'll show you. Right, let's turn these babies out. Okay. Right, ready? Steady. Oops, that was a bit hard. Should have gone a bit softer. Oopsie. Perfect. And my paper stayed inside as well. That looks really nice and moist. Right, let me go ahead and do this one. So a good idea to have the paper in the tin, just to be on the safe side, because you never know, it might stick. Right, those are perfect. So I'm not sure whether to put double cream into this whipped up or whether to make some buttercream icing. Let me have a little think and then we'll get going on that eggless cake. Right, I've decided to make a buttercream icing for the middle of the cake and then some jam in there as well. Now your sponges will need about 40 minutes just to like cool completely. I mean 30 is fine as well, but I just want to make sure that they're perfectly cooled. So let's go ahead and make the buttercream icing. So we're going to go in with the butter in there like this, and then using your electric whisk you're just going to beat the butter and then gradually add your icing sugar, because this does, I mean, it's icing sugar, so it kind of blows everywhere, makes a bit of a mess. Just go in with a little at a time. This is when your hair goes all nice and white. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and do all of this. It's going to take about a minute or so. Okay, my butter and icing sugar have combined well. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of milk. Just as much as I need to get it to the right thickness. Tiny bit more. And then just give this a final mix for a few seconds. That is actually perfect. I'm just going to switch that off. Now it's at this stage, if you wanted to add colour to your icing, go ahead and add the colouring. I'm just going to leave it, I think, that colour, and then get this actually on one side of the sponge, and then one side of my sponge will have jam, and then on the top probably just sprinkle some icing sugar and just keep it really simple. So let's go ahead and do that. Ready with my strawberry jam and my cream, my butter icing cream. Look at that. Now, again, it's preference. If you want to pipe this on, you can. But remember last time my mum told me off, she was like, no one's going to look inside the cake. Just kind of spread it on. Okay, so I'm going to take her advice today. Right, one, these sponges are nice and cool. So it's important they need to cool before you go in with whatever you're putting on the inside. So jam. So if I just go in with this jam like this first of all on one of the sponges, just spread it as much as I can. And don't worry if it falls onto the sides. It makes it more quirky and just keeps it a little bit more real. Okay, so I'm just using the back of a spoon. I've got a spatula as well there, but I'll use that for the cream. Okay. I hope you like my background songs. They really keep me going. Yeah. Right, look at this. This is perfect. How good is this eggless cake gonna be? So yummy. Okay, that one is done. Now, buttercream. So, move that over so you can see it better. All right. Right, just get my spatula and just so yummy. Now, of course, the cream, buttercream, it is going to be, I wouldn't say rich, but yeah, it's quite sweet. So you don't want to put too much of a layer into there. If you have a bit left, you could put some on the top, pipe a little bit on the top, make a nice design. But let's go ahead and put the rest of this. Now remember, you can find all my recipes underneath my videos. You know that by now, I say it every time, but some used to ask me. But that's okay, I don't mind. Right, I'm just gonna try and spread it a bit more evenly on this side. And this one, all the way around. That's fine. Oops. Right, there we go. This is gonna be yummy. And it's eggless. So for all you vegetarians out there, don't say I don't look after you. I look after you so well by doing these recipes for you. It took me a few trials, I can tell you, to get a veggie cake. Perfect, eggless cake. Perfect, I can tell you that. Okay, so this is yummy, just as I want it. So it's taking me a bit of time because I'm doing this quite carefully, as carefully as I can. Okay, then it's fine. It's done now, yeah. Right, now what I want to do is get this side onto that side. Let's just go ahead and do it like, right, here goes. So carefully lift. What I like to do is just lift both. It's a bit tricky, but you lift both. Oopsie. And just put both together like this. Ah, done! Okay, so you could have just put one on top of the other, but I just prefer to do it like that because I just think it's a bit more secure because I'm holding both. Guys, look at this. So clean and so yummy. Right, all we need to do now is just sprinkle a little bit of icing sugar onto the top of that. That's it. This does make a bit of a mess, but it's fine. I'll just clean it later. Right, sprinkle your icing sugar on the top of your cake. Like I said, you don't need anything else. If you want to put, you know, pipe some cream onto the top, you can. You don't need to. Just be quite generous with your icing sugar. Could put some fresh strawberries actually on the top if you wanted to. But that is my cake. Perfectly done. So simple. Guys, eggless cake. I hope you've enjoyed that recipe. In the meanwhile, stay happy and stay healthy and stay safe, and I'm going to go and dig into this. See you soon. Bye.